Jake Daniels was a seasoned fisherman who lived on the tranquil shores of the southern coast of Australia. The serene rhythm of the sea had always been his comfort, his constant companion since childhood. He was known throughout his small village as a solitary but skilled fisherman, content to spend his days working the waters and returning to his modest home after the sun had set. For years, Jake had lived a life of simple routines, his boat cutting through the waves, casting nets, and hauling in catches. The ocean was his livelihood, but it was also his refuge. It had a way of washing away the burdens of life, of giving him peace in a world that was often chaotic. He wasn't entirely alone, his dog, Rusty, accompanied him on his trips, but Jake was by no means a social man. He liked it that way. The loss of his wife several years ago had left a void that the sea helped to fill, and the quiet company of his dog was enough for him. But everything changed one fateful morning when Jake decided to take his boat farther out to sea than he ever had before. It wasn't that he felt something unusual on the horizon, there was simply a nagging sense inside him that maybe he needed to push beyond his usual limits, to seek something new. The early morning mist still clung to the water as Jake's boat drifted into the open ocean. Little did he know, he was about to embark on a journey that would forever alter his life, and the life of a creature he never expected to encounter. As Jake moved farther from shore, the sea was calm, the water shimmering beneath the early morning light. The boat's engine hummed quietly as he prepared his nets. Suddenly, a strange unease washed over him. It wasn't anything he could explain, it was just a feeling that the sea, so familiar, had become unpredictable. His hands shook slightly as he adjusted his fishing gear, though he brushed the feeling aside. That's when it happened. Out of nowhere, a sharp, sudden pull from the deep sea caused the boat to lurch. Jake's heart skipped a beat. He grabbed the wheel, trying to steady the boat as it lurched again. His first instinct was that it might be a large fish, a marlin or a tuna, but then the water around him began to churn violently. The boat was caught in a current, pulling him in a direction he didn't want to go. Before he could react, the surface of the water erupted. A massive shadow appeared beneath the surface, a shark, its sleek body cutting through the water with terrifying speed. Jake's heart raced as the creature circled, and before he could make any move, the shark lunged toward the boat, its enormous jaws snapping with deadly intent. In the chaos, the shark hit the side of the boat, splintering the wood with a deafening crack. The impact sent Jake tumbling into the water. Cold, salty waves rushed over him, and he gasped for air, barely staying afloat in the frenzied ocean. His mind was consumed with panic as the shark circled, its eyes cold and unblinking. He knew he couldn't outrun it. His heart pounded as he tried to swim to the boat, but the water was rough, and every time he got close, the shark would dart toward him with terrifying speed. That's when something incredible happened. Just as Jake thought he couldn't escape, a new figure emerged from the depths of the ocean, a flash of gray and white, moving swiftly. It was a dolphin. The dolphin appeared out of nowhere, charging toward the shark with surprising aggression. With a powerful flick of its tail, it struck the shark, sending it recoiling in a sudden confusion. The shark, stunned by the dolphin's sudden appearance, momentarily lost interest in Jake and swam off, disappearing into the depths of the ocean. Jake, still stunned by the turn of events, managed to grasp onto the side of his boat. He was exhausted, his muscles aching from the cold and fear. But the dolphin didn't leave. Instead, it circled around Jake, bobbing on the surface of the water, as if ensuring he was okay. As the shark disappeared into the dark, Jake's chest heaved with relief. The dolphin's presence, its bravery in the face of the deadly predator, was nothing short of miraculous. Without the dolphin, Jake knew he would have been helpless in the water, at the mercy of the shark. The dolphin, still circling, finally swam closer to the boat, nudging Jake gently with its snout, as if encouraging him to climb back aboard. At first, Jake was hesitant, he didn't know if the dolphin was trying to help him or simply checking him. But in that moment of quiet connection, he felt an instinct to trust the creature. Using all his remaining strength, Jake hoisted himself back onto the boat, his arms shaking as he pulled himself aboard. The dolphin watched him closely from the water, its large eyes seemingly studying him. Jake's heart was still racing, but he felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the creature who had saved his life. The dolphin stayed close to the boat for a moment longer before diving back into the deep. Jake watched it disappear beneath the surface, its sleek body vanishing into the blue depths. He sat in silence, catching his breath and processing the unbelievable turn of events. With the shark gone and the immediate danger past, Jake set his course back toward shore, but his mind was still spinning. The image of the dolphin, fearless in the face of the shark, stayed with him as he steered the boat through the calm waters. When he finally reached the shore, Jake barely had the strength to dock the boat. He staggered onto the beach, his legs weak beneath him, and collapsed on the sand. His thoughts were a blur, his mind trying to process everything that had happened. As he lay there, a sense of disbelief swept over him. A dolphin had saved his life. The wild creature that he had always admired from afar had risked its own safety to protect him. Jake had heard stories of dolphins helping stranded swimmers or guiding lost boats, but he had never imagined he would be part of such a story. Jake spent the next few hours on the beach, trying to gather his thoughts. The more he thought about the dolphin's intervention, the more he realized how incredibly rare it was for a wild animal to act so selflessly. He couldn't help but feel a deep connection to the ocean and the creatures that lived in it. He decided then and there that he would never forget the dolphin who had saved him. Jake couldn't explain why it had chosen to help him, but he felt a profound sense of gratitude. Over the next few months, Jake's life slowly returned to normal. The shark attack remained a terrifying memory, but the dolphin's intervention had left an indelible mark on his heart. As he returned to his fishing, he couldn't stop thinking about the dolphin. He began to visit the same spot in the ocean where the attack had occurred, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature that had saved his life. One day, as Jake's boat drifted lazily through the calm waters, he saw a familiar flash in the distance. The dolphin appeared, swimming effortlessly through the water. Jake's heart leaped as he recognized the creature. The dolphin circled the boat, approaching with a sense of familiarity, as if it had been waiting for him. From that day forward, the dolphin seemed to appear whenever Jake went out to sea. The bond between them grew stronger with each encounter. The dolphin would swim alongside the boat, guiding him safely through the waters, and sometimes, it would even leap gracefully from the ocean, performing playful flips in the air. Jake, for the first time in years, felt a sense of peace and connection to the ocean. Over time, the villagers began to notice Jake's newfound friendship with the dolphin. They heard the stories of how the dolphin had saved him and how they had become inseparable companions. It wasn't long before the dolphin became a legend in the village, with people traveling from far and wide to witness the unusual bond between the fisherman and the wild creature. Jake and the dolphin, now called Blue, formed an unbreakable friendship. It wasn't just about survival anymore, it was about mutual respect, understanding, and a deep, unspoken connection between a man and a creature of the sea. Together, they faced the ocean's challenges, and together, they built a bond that would last a lifetime. As the years passed, Jake grew older, but his connection with Blue never wavered. The dolphin continued to appear whenever Jake went out to sea, guiding him safely through storms, protecting him from danger, and offering companionship in the vast expanse of the ocean. The villagers, who had once been skeptical of Jake's stories, now looked upon him with reverence. They spoke of Blue the dolphin as if it were a mythical creature, one whose bravery and loyalty had changed a man's life forever. In a world filled with uncertainties, Jake found peace in the wild bond he shared with his ocean companion. When Jake passed away in his sleep many years later, Blue was never far from his side. It is said that on the day of Jake's death, the dolphin was seen swimming near the shore, as if paying tribute to the man who had given it his heart. And to this day, the story of Jake and Blue is told by the villagers, a tale of a fisherman and a dolphin whose unlikely friendship defied the boundaries of species and time, reminding everyone of the unbreakable bonds that can form between humans and animals. Jake's story and his bond with Blue the dolphin remain a powerful reminder that even in the wild, animals have the capacity for kindness and sacrifice. The ocean, which had once been a place of danger, became the backdrop for one of the most beautiful friendships ever known. The legacy of Blue, the dolphin who saved a man's life, lives on in the hearts of those who heard the story, a testament to the power of love, loyalty, and the incredible bond between humans and nature.